Through the ages, the blue Pacific has cut and shaped this coastline into one of the most stunning in the world. However beautiful, it gives only a hint of what lies beyond. A place where natural wonders contrast wildly with man-made marvels. A fabulous vacation land where the things to do and see are as varied as the people who come from all around the world to enjoy them. This is Southern California. Off the rugged coast, southwest of Santa Barbara, lies one of Southern California's best-kept secrets, intriguing Channel Islands National Park. Spanish explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo first discovered the islands in 1542 and died later that year on the island of San Miguel. The Channel Islands consist of 250,000 acres on 5 islands. An old lighthouse still guides mariners today. It is the home of countless seals, birds, and sea lions. The sky is almost constantly filled with birds, as the park is a haven and preserve for many species. The surrounding waters teem with a vast variety of life. In early spring, the islands burst forth in a riot of colorful wildflowers. In fact, from the coastal hillsides to the inland deserts, Southern California offers some of the world's most spectacular wildflower displays. Contrary to popular belief, Southern California's deserts are areas of great natural beauty, with a variety of fascinating scenery and plant and animal life. Death Valley's name stems from the hardships of the pioneer days. It implies a lifeless wasteland, but in fact, it brims with its own unique beauty and natural wonders. Among its numerous geological oddities is Mushroom Rock, ever-popular artist's palette, the racetrack with its mysterious moving rocks, and Badwater, which at 280 feet below sea level is the lowest spot in the Western Hemisphere. Yet only 70 miles away is Mount Whitney, highest peak in the lower 48 states. The National Park Service Visitor Center and Museum features a wealth of information. Here, a sprawling relief map lets you really begin to appreciate the vastness of this 125-mile-long valley. Furnace Creek offers a welcome oasis amidst the barren but beautiful desert. Some 60 miles north of Furnace Creek, visitors are startled to discover another man-made oddity. Scotty's Castle, with its continental furnishings and art collection, was completed in 1931 by the legendary Death Valley Scotty and his dear friend and business partner, Chicago millionaire Albert Johnson. The founding of the California Missions by Father Junipero Serra is one of the epic events in California history. His first mission was built in San Diego in 1769. The last was finished in 1823. Crowning a high knoll above the sea is the Queen of the Missions, the splendid church at Santa Barbara. The establishment of this mission was among Father Serra's fondest dreams, yet he died before its completion in 1786. The lovely city of Santa Barbara is one of the nation's finest resort communities. Its rich history extends clear back to 1542 when Cabrillo first anchored in its spacious bay. Colorful red-tiled roofs suggest the city's Spanish heritage. The community's modern character is well reflected in the elegant Santa Barbara courthouse. Northwest of Santa Barbara, beyond the Santa Ynez Mountains, is one of Southern California's more charming locations. A picturesque town whose Danish founders gave it the name Solvang, meaning sunny valley. It is this heritage that is the lure of Solvang, with its Danish-style architecture, cobblestone walkways, copper roofs, and colorful windmills. Located in Solvang, beautiful Santa Ynez Mission was founded in 1804 by Father Esteban Tapis. Further north, La Purísima Concepción is next in the California mission chain. It is the only one that has been fully restored and is now a state historical monument. It looks much like it did a century and a half ago. Hollywood symbolizes the magic of movies, and magic is indeed the specialty here in the City of Dreams. Universal Studios is the world's largest movie and television studio. For years, guided tours have been offered of Universal's production lot and standing sets that we've all seen in our favorite movies and TV programs since we were children. The tours also include numerous special effects programs and live shows that never fail to delight the millions of visitors each year. Colonial Street has been the make-believe home of Hollywood's biggest stars for decades. One of Universal's thrills is what is referred to as the doomed glacier tram, and you can see why. The upper lot contains the fabulous entertainment center complex. The stunt show is always popular with everyone. There is so much to see and do here, it is hard to decide what to do next. Hollywood is a part of Los Angeles that visitors would no more miss than they would Disneyland or the seemingly endless stream of sparkling beaches. Once here, you are soon convinced that you're in the heart of the world's entertainment center. And everywhere are the nostalgic reminders of yesteryear. During your visit here, you may see a movie in the making while traveling down any street. Hollywood and Vine and the nearby Mann's Chinese Theater are two of Hollywood's most recognizable landmarks. Here, the face, hands, and shoe prints of over 160 famous stars are immortalized in cement. Stepping into the footprints of John Wayne or Marilyn Monroe is a favorite pastime for tourists. Actor Kirk Douglas places his signature in the 1960s. Hollywood's Walk of Fame is formed by a 1.5-mile section down Hollywood Boulevard. More than 1,760 glittering pink and charcoal terrazzo stars carry the names of film, music, and fashion celebrities from the entertainment world. New stars are placed once a month, and there's still enough room left for 50 more years of stars. In addition to the major studios, network television centers, and countless smaller production companies, the giants of the recording industry are located here too. Nestled in the Hollywood Hills is the venerable Hollywood Bowl. Seating over 17,000 people, each summer the Bowl presents Symphony Under the Stars. One of the highlights of the concert season is Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, accompanied by roaring cannon and brilliant fireworks display. On a wooded hill overlooking Hollywood and Los Angeles is Griffith Observatory. Space enthusiasts come from far and wide to enjoy the observatory and planetarium. Nearby, Farmers Market was built during the Great Depression and has grown into a full-fledged attraction. Movie stars and other celebrities often shop here. Many visitors to Hollywood wish to see the homes of the stars. Maps and street tours of movie star homes are easily obtained. In the 30s, big-name stars lived in Hollywood or nearby. During the 40s and 50s, they began to move west toward the ocean into Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Brentwood, and Pacific Palisades. Today, Beverly Hills has the highest income per capita in the United States. When night falls on Los Angeles, a new city explodes with light. Nowhere is this more evident than in Hollywood. A rather unglamorous place during daylight hours, with night, miles of neon tubing magically changes it to the Hollywood that every visitor expects to see. Hollywood is at its grandest during a premiere. Complete with the glamour of limousines and hosts of stars, this is the movie capital at its best. With all of Southern California's natural beauty and incredible variety, its heart is one of the world's great metropolitan centers, the city of Los Angeles. Here, between snow-capped mountains and sun-drenched beaches, is a city with a unique look and personality. And it has an abundance of wealth, too. The wealth of excitement, of people, of varied lifestyles. The heart of the central city is LA's landmark, the Los Angeles City Hall, that was built in 1929. Destroyed repeatedly in science fiction movies, its mall extends several blocks westward, ending with a massive fountain. 3 theaters that comprise the Los Angeles Music Center is the city's cultural heart. Ultra-modern concrete and steel towers belie the fact that Los Angeles is the golden city poised at the edge of the Pacific, constantly growing and evolving along a seemingly endless Pacific shoreline. Unlike other major cities, it came into its own after the automobile and has embraced it as a way of life. Yet within the shadow of those skyscrapers, the original El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Ángeles thrives in a manner similar to that found here 200 years ago. The town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels, was founded on the bank of the Los Angeles River in 1781. The quaint plaza of 42 acres is now a state historic park. The market stalls and craft shops that line Olvera Street help the visitor recapture some of the Spanish-Mexican atmosphere of long ago. Many of the original buildings still remain, including the Pueblo's first fire station. The structure contains many relics of those bygone days, even an authentic horse-drawn fire engine. Despite the passage of 2 centuries, the plaza still hums with activity. The San Gabriel Mission, founded in 1771, was the 4th in Father Serra's mission chain. Its sturdy adobe walls, although softened by time and earthquakes, still stand strong, reflecting the strength of the Padres' commitment to establish a chain of missions in California. San Fernando Mission, founded in 1797, includes the largest remaining structure of any of the missions today. Its main building measures nearly 250 feet in length. Los Angeles is a sports-oriented society. The annual marathon attracts runners from around the world. Home now for the Los Angeles Raiders, the Coliseum, which was built for the 1932 Olympics, was again the host for the 1984 Summer Olympics. Athletes from 123 nations participated. Major sport competition was held here and at the Sports Arena, both of which are in Exposition Park. Dodger Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team, is nestled above Los Angeles in Chavez Ravine. The California Angels have their home in Angel Stadium in Anaheim, which they share with the Los Angeles Rams football team. The Great Western Forum in nearby Inglewood is home for the Lakers basketball team and the Kings hockey team. The granddaddy of them all is the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where the annual Rose Bowl game is played on each January 1st. It follows the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Parade, a floral spectacle watched by tens of millions the world over. The Los Angeles County Museum of Natural History is one of many outstanding museums in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Museum of Fine Art houses many outstanding exhibits, including its renowned collection of Japanese period art. The Art Museum overlooks the George C. Page Museum and the Rancho La Brea tar pits at Hancock Park, which has the richest known collection of Pleistocene fossils in the entire world. It is centered around a bubbling, gooey lake of black gunk that still snares an occasional luckless bird. But in prehistoric times, some 10,000 years ago, it trapped immense woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers that roamed the countryside. Tar still bubbles up today, and the fossils uncovered from these beds of asphalt have been distributed to dozens of museums. Scientific research work continues to unearth an endless assortment of fossilized remains. Each fossil is carefully removed, cleaned, and cataloged. Page Museum is one of the few places where fossil skeletons have been reassembled and exhibited on the exact site where they were found. In the midst of the big city hustle-bustle, a place of comparative calm and beauty lies hidden by the rolling hills of Griffith Park. The Los Angeles Zoo hosts a menagerie of worldly animals. Here, children and adults alike watch what they enjoy most: animals at play. The Los Angeles Chinatown is a condensed version of San Francisco's. Located just north of Sunset Boulevard near the city center, the community's restaurants offer fine Chinese cuisine. The large group of Oriental ethnic societies in Los Angeles have established their own communities within the city proper. Century City's vast complex of soaring skyscrapers, hotel and entertainment centers dominates the West Los Angeles skyline. Much of this land was once part of the 20th Century Fox Studios. Westwood Village is a colorful, upscale community located on the west side of Los Angeles. Many of the city's best theaters are found in this area. Bike cab rides, plenty of restaurants and shops abound in the village. You will very likely find a comedian or some form of street entertainment here, for Westwood is a lively place. In striking contrast, Beverly Hills has a quiet and eloquently rich, relaxed atmosphere. For the famous and people with money, Beverly Hills Hotel is a landmark familiar to most. It is a city of wealth and luxury. Rodeo Drive, with its exclusive shops, limousines, and sweeping malls, is a symbol of the ultimate luxury lifestyle. West Los Angeles is also the home of two of the great colleges of the nation. Nationally known for its medical center and championship sports teams, the University of California at Los Angeles is also a major draw for tourists. The Bruin Bear and the University of Southern California's Trojan serve as reminders of a long-standing rivalry between the two great schools of LA. The vast USC campus is one of the largest in the nation and is home to many national championship teams. Los Angeles is the home of the freeway, and they really are free, for no toll has ever been charged. The design and architecture of these freeways have served as a model that has been copied worldwide. This marvelous, if often overburdened highway system has helped to create a lifestyle unlike any other on Earth. Here in nearby Anaheim is everyone's favorite, the original Disneyland. But Disneyland isn't Southern California's only entertainment park. There are probably more attractions here than any other place on Earth. The Disneyland Hotel whisks visitors to the Magic Kingdom via monorail. Nearby is one of the nation's top theme parks, Knott's Berry Farm. In 1920, Walter and Cordelia Knott opened up their original boysenberry stand, and it's still here today. A stroll through the authentic Old West ghost town is a nostalgic visit to the days of the Wild Wild West.
I'm mighty pleased to meet you and show you around my town. Come see the ghost town come alive like once upon a time, with all the long gone town folk that once was friends of mine. 100 years of history before your very eyes, 100 years of history beneath the western skies. You can see them can gals pretty as can be. That saucy little dance they do's the rage of gay party. The boys sleep in the bunkhouse, raise Cain in the saloon. The Calico's the place to go to hear an old time tune. 100 years of history with all the old time charm. 100 years of history at old Knott's Berry Farm. There's a carver and a cutter, a weaver and a wright. There's merchants and there's miners that work from morn till night. There's folks of every kind here you'll meet when you come by. They're neighborly and happy to make your time just fly. 100 years of history before your very eyes. 100 years of history beneath the western skies. Make sure to try the victuals here, a treat you won't forget. Some say that Grandma's cooking's the best they ever ate. There's home-baked beans and sausages and boys and berry pie, sweet yaller corn and barbecue to catch your hungry eye. 100 years of history before your very eyes. 100 years of history beneath the western skies. 100 years of history with all the old-time charm. 100 years of history at old Knott's Berry Farm. 100 years of history before your very eyes. 100 years.
Nearby is another popular Southern California attraction, the renowned Movieland Wax Museum. Visitors are thrilled by the incredibly lifelike wax figures that range from early movie stars to today's world-famous celebrities. It's real excitement to see your favorite stars from the past and present in their own movie sets. Close by, Medieval Times Dinner Theater has gained enormous popularity. Good food and an evening of exciting entertainment features a full King Arthur treatment with nightly jousting tournaments and thrills. Just a few dozen miles away to the north lies the beautiful Los Angeles State and County Arboretum. Queen Anne's cottage has been expertly preserved in its park-like setting. The Arboretum is well known as the setting for the once popular TV series Fantasy Island. Magic Mountain may well be the thrill ride center of the world. From the wet and wild thrills of Magic Mountain to the beauty of one of the world's premier coastlines. The Southland is blessed with endless sun-drenched beaches, which seem to be filled with beach houses, many the homes of movie stars. Pepperdine University is nestled in the foothills of the Santa Monica Mountains, while nearby the Pacific Ocean laps at the Pacific shore. Historic Santa Monica Pier remains a popular place, where many movies have been made, such as the famous sequence from Spielberg's 1941. An important part of the Southland lifestyle is at its beaches. Whether it be jogging, volleyball, a quiet stroll on the beach, or a brisk walk atop the Pacific Palisades at Santa Monica. Or perhaps to snuggle up to the warm sand. Observe the crashing waves and the antics of the seagulls, the sailboats passing, the children playing. Venice Beach, a few miles south of Santa Monica, is an oceanside community famous for its canals constructed in the 1920s. It is a beehive of activity. It's a truly different and lively place of fun and action. We all have to learn. But there are real pros here, too. Further south, Marina del Rey is a huge artificial harbor providing moorings for thousands of private boats. The large port has shops, restaurants, and neat boardwalks for strolling, along with live entertainment of all kinds. And if you like biking, this is the place. Just to the south, Redondo Beach, with its uniquely shaped pier, offers the visitor specialty shops and restaurants, and some of the best fishing and finest beaches in the area. The cliff-lined Palos Verdes Peninsula on the ocean is covered with lovely homes, many with swimming pools. Its rocky coastline has a 15-mile scenic drive, and an old lighthouse from a distant past still lights the night waters for passing mariners. Also on Palos Verdes Peninsula is Wayfarer's Chapel, a glass chapel by the sea that has served as a wedding site for many movie stars. Vincent Thomas Bridge is part of the San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Long Beach Harbor Complex, one of the world's largest and busiest ports. It serves as home port for many cruise lines. In San Pedro, Ports Acol Village is a charming recreation of a fishing village of the 1800s, complete with quaint shops and restaurants. The original port was built in 1835. Several colorful, refurbished old sailing vessels offer tours around the harbor. The harbor's commercial fishing fleet is one of the largest on the West Coast. The harbor has 28 miles of berths and docks. The handsome city of Long Beach has many qualities of a seaside resort with large marinas and exotic hotels. Its port includes naval facilities for ships of the Pacific Fleet, and its seagoing recreation cannot be surpassed. Here you will find sailing, kneeboarding, water skiing, jet skiing, and boating. The city also hosts the world-famous Long Beach Grand Prix, which each year attracts top race drivers from many countries and brings throngs of people to the city. Long Beach is home to the world's largest ocean liner, the historic Queen Mary. She sits majestically in a permanent mooring, a fascinating attraction that offers a first-class hotel, fine restaurants, and shops. Every visitor enjoys a nostalgic stroll on her decks. You will be impressed with the immensity of her towering stacks. Surprised by the height of her riggings. Astounded by the gigantic size of the anchor chains. Excited to sit at an anti-aircraft gun from World War II. In the wheelhouse, the captain still gives orders for sailing the Queen, which go directly down to the engine room. Of course, it helps to have a vivid imagination here. A tour of the engine room is a new experience for most. Down below, you feel so small because everything is of such gigantic proportions. In her day, she was one of the fastest liners afloat, and her daring and performance during the war is legendary. The Queen Mary is the best known of all transatlantic liners. Since her first voyage in 1936, she's held a unique place in history and the hearts of British and American people. Even today, every visitor's need is met on the Queen, from gift and clothing shops to a beauty salon and gymnasium. The appointments of her staterooms and public rooms were and still are the ultimate in luxury. In some areas of the ship, dramatic exhibits recreate the Queen's role in World War II. Crew members frequently conduct precision lifeboat drills and demonstrations on the top deck. Before you leave the Queen, take a stroll on her decks and let your imagination feel the throb of her mighty engines, and hear the voices of those generations past that happily traveled on the most famous ship ever built. Nature has endowed Southern California with an abundance of scenic grandeur. And just possibly, the crowning jewel of nature's gift is an island paradise just 22 miles offshore. To the romantic at heart, Santa Catalina Island is exactly that. Avalon Harbor is the center of island activity and is the island's only town. The harbor entrance is dominated by its landmark, the huge circular building called the casino. Skin diving and snorkeling are popular pastimes here because the clear blue waters offer kelp beds rich in marine life. Boating, fishing, glass-bottom boat tours, and sunbathing add to the natural beauty that appeals to almost everyone. The town has 2,000 year-round residents, but during the season, as many as 10,000 swamp the island's overnight facilities. Overlooking Avalon is the historic Wrigley Mansion. The island was originally owned and developed by the Wrigley family. The island's geography ranges from a rugged coast to towering interior mountains. Herds of mountain sheep, warthogs, and over 400 buffaloes populate the island. The narrow isthmus nearly cuts the island in two. Beaches, coves, and coastlines stretch hundreds of miles south of Los Angeles and are among the most satisfying anywhere. Popular Huntington Beach is a mecca for sunbathing, volleyball, surfing, windsurfing, or just plain jogging. "9,000 miles of open ocean produces large, nicely formed waves, making for happy surfers. Newport Beach offers similar beach-going fun with broad biking paths, fine shops, restaurants, and yacht watching. Newport Beach and Balboa are summer fun places, a good example of California's unique lifestyle. Orange County has several extraordinary shopping malls. As well as many of the state's largest convention centers. And there are so many great golf courses, a golfer can become quite confused. Near Disneyland in Anaheim, the spectacular Crystal Cathedral is where Reverend Robert Schuller conducts services in an enormous church constructed of panes of glass. Palm Springs has always been the place where presidents, movie stars, and the wealthy go to play. But Americans of all walks have found delight in this blossoming oasis in the Southern California desert. Neat shops line Palm Canyon Drive, where you'll find the latest in resort fashions. And there are specialty shops of all kinds, along with most of the big names in the retail trade. Visitors stroll along the palm-lined streets, where there are many outdoor patio restaurants. You may even be misted upon by a cooling spray. Art galleries, museums, theaters, nightclubs, and cultural centers offer a wide variety of cultural choices. Permanent residents number over 40,000. During the winter season, the population doubles. October through May is the main season, but golfing and tennis are year-round sports here. Palm Springs Resort Hotels offer a wide range of accommodations, from pleasantly modest to luxury resort complexes, which offer gourmet food, shopping, poolside service, entertainment, and hard-to-believe services. The Palm Springs aerial tramway is one of the longest and most dramatic in the world. With passengers in tow, it climbs up Mount San Jacinto to a height of 8,516 feet, where you may find snow in July, while temperatures in the valley below can reach 115 degrees. The lower station has an observation deck, cocktail lounge, snack bar, and gift shop. During the busy season, the tram cars are constantly leaving and arriving. The 80-passenger cars climb the jagged north face of the mountain, which at 10,800 feet high is one of the highest escarpments in the United States. The trip to the top takes just 14 minutes and is thrilling and spectacular. After the tram arrives at the top station, you can look back at the valley station far below. There are observation platforms for you to view the distant desert floor and the city of Palm Springs. The mountain station has full facilities, including a ride and dine trip. Surrounding the mountain station is the 13,000-acre Mount San Jacinto Wilderness State Park, with 54 miles of hiking trails and primitive campgrounds. From the refreshing pine-clad mountains, you travel back down to the hot desert floor and then to the cool coastline of the quaint seaside town of Corona del Mar, where the crashing waves of the Pacific have carved huge cliffs. Wildlife abounds along the seacoast here. Nearby, charming Laguna Beach is well known for its intriguing setting, beautiful homes, art galleries, and festivals. In the chain of 21 California missions, probably the best known and immortalized in song is San Juan Capistrano. Thousands are drawn here each year for the return of the swallows. These remains are all that is left of a once magnificent structure. Constructed over a 10-year period, it was used for only 6 years and was suddenly destroyed in the earthquake of 1812. The coastline here is distinguished by towering cliffs, with a number of beach resorts like Dana Point, where many private yachts are berthed. The town of Carlsbad is another popular beach resort community, with its fashionable hotels and colorful buildings. Del Mar is acclaimed for its racetrack. But maybe you would prefer golf. Or perhaps you would like a better view of the coastline. Lovely La Jolla is a beautiful holiday spot, with palm trees and grassy parkways for relaxing and playing. North of San Diego lies a truly unique wildlife preserve. It is called Wild Animal Park. There is no other like it. Operated by the San Diego Zoo, the animals roam free in an 1,800-acre park, and visitors are able to watch them in a completely natural habitat. To the south, San Diego Zoo is considered one of the world's finest. There is no better or easier way to tour it than by using the zoo bus. It will stop for you to view the animals, and the guide will give you information. Many of the animals here are rare or endangered species. If you prefer, you may also take a leisurely walk around the zoo. The Skyfari aerial tramway is an exciting way to get an overview of the 3,500 wild creatures that are protected here. The dramatic San Diego skyline rises abruptly from the water's edge. It is a modern city with scattered reminders of a more distant past, like the Old Town Historic Park. With over 1,400 acres, Balboa Park contains a great variety of recreational and cultural facilities. Some date back to the California Panama International Exhibition in 1915. The Reuben H. Fleet Museum is the home of a spectacular multimedia theater and a large planetarium. Around San Diego, there are many exciting places to visit, such as Seaport Village. Cabrillo National Monument commemorates the discovery of California by Juan Cabrillo in 1542. The striking architecture of historic Hotel del Coronado helps make it one of the most famous landmarks in California. Mission San Diego del Alcala was built by Father Serra in 1769 and was the first in the mission chain. It is located on Presidio Hill, and services are still conducted there. The museum contains historic records and relics of early mission days. The tall ship Star of India dates from the 1860s. It's a major harbor attraction. San Diego Harbor is one of the largest in America and one of the country's most important naval ports. A harbor cruise is the best way to see the entire harbor. Beautiful Mission Bay is a 46,000-acre aquatic playground. There are 27 miles of shoreline and lots of calm water for boating, sailing, skiing, and fishing. Famous SeaWorld is the largest marine theme park in the world and is located in Mission Bay. It features killer whales, dolphins, sea lions, sharks, and dozens of other fascinating sea creatures. Many of these animals are trained to perform astonishing stunts, and in most cases, their trainers are an exciting part of the performance. The soaring Coronado Bay Bridge represents a modern symbol of the enormous beauty and diversity of this land. In a sense, California began in San Diego when Father Junipero Serra established his first mission. But California today is not just a place of great scenic beauty. It is also a place of lifestyle choices, a place of unique and satisfying existence found only here in Southern California.